I hope this video doesn't bomb. I'm such a moron. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm sorry, when I have the opportunity to bust out a really stupid pun or joke, I just cannot walk past it. I just can't do it. So unfortunately, you guys have to bear the brunt of that. Um, I'm such an idiot. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay. Anyhow, let's just get to work. The Vega Bomb. I love funny cars. Always have. Well, I like old funny cars, sort of like represented here in the Vega Bomb. Back when you could tell that it was a car. Have you seen a funny car today? They don't look anything like any particular kind of car. I don't know. I don't like them. But man, back in the day, funny cars were so great. And so I'm kind of excited about doing this Vega Bomb. Now, that doesn't mean I like doing diecast restorations of funny cars, because I don't. See, the problem is you can't take the car apart, and that makes everything that much more complicated. My casting here is already missing the interior and the little framework that holds the top of the body up. So I don't need to take those out. It doesn't have any glass, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned way, and I'm going to brush the stripper onto the body. So I have a little jar here. I'm going to put a little dabble-dea of the citrus strip into the jar. And then I've got a little disposable brush here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to kind of smear citrus strip all over the Vega Bomb and let the stripper do its business. Because I don't really want to throw the base in the stripper. It probably wouldn't hurt it, okay? It probably wouldn't hurt it. I probably could throw the whole thing in there. But, hey, better safe than sorry. So I'm going to go ahead. Don't forget some gloves. Got some gloves on because I'm handling this stripper, and we're going to go ahead and get this smeared all over the place. Now, it's a little bit funny about the funny cars here. I have another funny car project that I'm trying to do, and it's failing miserably, okay? I'm going to really kill a casting. You may or may not see that video. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, funny cars, they can really be difficult to work around, especially, when you can't just throw it into a jar of stripper. You've got to mask everything off to paint it. It's just, there's a lot to it. But anyhow, I think this one's going to be fun, and it's a really great candidate for me to try the Diecast Graveyard clear coat on, because this is going to get opaque paint from the Redline Shop and some pretty substantial decals. And so I think that's a really good test for putting the clear coat over. Okay, so I let the stripper sit for a couple hours and do its thing, and then I picked this casting up, ran it to the sink, and washed it all off, hit it with the brass bristle brush, and this is what I have. I still have a little of the orange on the inside. Not a problem. I'll deal with that, especially because I'm going to do a color change here. So I'll talk more about that at the paint booth, but I am going to do a color change. Hey, it's my car. I can do whatever I want. So that's the plan. I'm also going to do something else that you're not going to believe. You really aren't. But in the meantime, I just need to get this thing dry so I can head over to the paint booth. So with the body dry, I'm going to hit the casting up with the brass bristle brush. And this is going to also help me get inside and get rid of some of that orange that's still on the inside. You notice I'm keeping the Scamazzi old tires on there because they're going to help protect the hubs. So we left them on, and now I'm planning to go ahead and mask off the base. And, I did leave the wheels on for a reason, but now I'm thinking at this stage, maybe I'd be better off served taking them off before masking the base. So I kept them on, and I would still do that again while I was brushing and stripping the body. But now they really don't serve any purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and get out some side cutters, and I'm going to nip these tires away before I mask off the base. All right? Get those out of my way. It'll make my life a lot easier. Okay, so back to where I started with the tape. This time we can actually go forward. We're going to go ahead and get some of the blue painter's tape. We're going to wrap up all of the stuff on the base. Make sure we don't block out any of the body. And this way we can paint this without worrying about getting paint all over the stuff that, well, we don't want to change colors. So we're just kind of wrapping it around in layers. Make sure you leave yourself enough to really get it sealed up good. And take your time, make sure everything is covered. So I said I'm going to do a color change, and I am. I'm going to go with the green, the competition green from the Redline Shop, instead of going back to the orange. You could get the Vega Bomb in orange or green. And I just kind of dig the green better. I think it looks cooler. And so that's how I want my casting, and so that's what I'm going to do. It's still going to be kind of original looking, just not to this particular single casting because it came in orange. But, hey, it's my car. I can do what I want with it. I want it to be green. And, you can paint it any color. You don't have to stick with the orange or green. Paint it any way you want. I think this is going to look pretty cool, so that's what we're doing. Now, also, have you seen the mistake that I've made yet? Because right about now, I've realized that I made the mistake. Have you seen it? I didn't prime the body. I don't know what I was thinking. I just was not all there. And I did not put any primer on this casting. So I noticed it really early. It wouldn't have been a big deal for me to stop and fix it. But I thought to myself, this could be interesting to see how it goes. So I decided to push forward and finish this paint job and see what I get. And surprisingly, it came out really good. Now, it doesn't mean I would skip primer every time. No, I will not do that. And maybe I had to put a few more coats on than I normally would. I can't say for sure, but I suspect that that's the truth. Bottom line is, you can get past it, but, I would still prime it. That's just me. So now we're going to go ahead and put on some Vega Bomb decals that I got from Second Chance Redline, and I've been raving about them lately because their decal quality is just top-notch at this point. Okay, these things are vivid and opaque, and I'm really loving the quality of the decals I'm getting from Second Chance. Now, I'll tell you, I think there was something a little weird here, and I don't know what it was. One side fit better than the other. Okay, there could be a million reasons for that, and I don't know what they are. It wasn't a big deal, but, it's up to me to be honest with you guys, and, that's just what it was. The one side, the driver's side, seemed to not fit as good. I don't know if maybe it needed to be flipped around or something in the artwork, or I really don't know. Bottom line is, the decals are on the car. They look amazing. The colors are vivid. They work great. Very happy with them. So, water slide decals, do the whole thing. Walther solve a set to make sure everything settles down. And then we can go ahead and get some clear coat on this car. So, I said we can go ahead and get some clear coat on this car, but we're still here watching me put decals on. Why is that, you might ask? Well, because apparently, for some reason, with this casting, I was on another planet. First, I didn't prime the thing, and now I forgot to click record when I changed the camera setup to go to the paint booth. And so I didn't get the footage of doing the clear coat. So I'm just going to tell you about it. Again, I'm using the clear coat from Paul Bechtel and Diecast Graveyard. I really was excited to put that over an opaque casting with really big decals on it, okay? Because, I've had some trouble with the decals, and no problem whatsoever. No pinholes, no nothing. Everything went good. The car looks amazing. Why is that? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because I followed his mixing directions to the letter. Maybe it's the decals themselves. Okay, I don't know the process Second Chance is using, but mine are printed out of a laser printer, which is kind of a waxy thing. So maybe that's it. A million different things. All I know is that the clear coat went on this fantastic. The car looks amazing, and now, believe it or not, we're almost done with this because there's not a lot to putting this back together. Okay, the car is completely dry. It looks so beautiful, and I'm so glad I chose to use the green. It looks amazing. Now I'm just going to go ahead and peel away all the masking tape from the undercarriage and get that out of my way before we go on to dealing with the axles and wheels. For a short video, this one's all over the roadmap. Normally I would, use the deep dish chrome red lines. Well, not today. Second Chance Redline offers chrome black walls. And although you see, I almost went with the red lines, I started thinking about it and said, let's put black walls on this. And that's what we're going to do. And this, talk about just zany. This is me in a nutshell today. I am zany. I don't know what's going on. Clearly, I'm not 100% focused, but I am going to go with the black walls on this just because I think that offers more of a funny car vibe. So I'm excited to have black walls. And that's the other thing, frankly. I was excited to be able to get some black walls, and this was a perfect project to use them at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on hot swap hubs on all the axles. One axle had poked through the tape and had some clear and stuff on there, so I just took my X-Acto and scraped away the clear coat and stuff that was there so it wouldn't be a problem. And now I'm just going to go around all four axles and snap on some hot swap hubs before we turn our attention to these black wall wheels. All right, so with all the hubs in place, I can now go ahead and pop on the wheels. Large set in the back, smaller set in the front, well, medium set in the front. You could actually go small in the front if you wanted to, because that would be very funny car-ish. But this car came with large in the back, mediums in the front, so that's what I'm going to stick with, and it should look fantastic. Again, you can get the black wall wheels through Second Chance Redline, and there will be a link in the description for them. Okay, so the car did not have any of the interior stuff. These are repops, so I've got a driver's compartment with the roll cage, which you kind of fold up around like a little origami thing, and then it snaps into the funny car, supposedly. Let me tell you, I'm going to be perfectly honest. This was a bear to get in, okay? It's not a perfect, simple fit. It's just a little bit off, which makes it more difficult. Then I probably should have not put the tires on until the interior was in to give myself a little more room. Then you're working hard to try and not mess up the body in any way, and it just was a real challenge to get this thing in and not break it. But With a little bit of effort, I was able to finally get this thing snapped into place, and then I can put the front brace in. Now, what I found is that the front brace makes the body kind of pop up a little bit. I cannot abide that. So when the car is going to be with the roof down, I'm just going to take that out. If I want to put it propped up, I'll put it back in. Because there's no way I can live with it just kind of with the body popping a wheelie the entire time. But anyhow, be that as it may, with no glass, no screws, no nothing, this car is done, and we can go ahead and take a look and see what we've got. All right, there you have it. My Vega Bomb with, check it out, brand new black walls on it. I think this looks so good, and I'm so glad I opted to go with the green instead of the orange. I think it looks fantastic. Really excited about the way this came out. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I don't know. There's something about Vegas lately that have been floating my boat, and those kind of cars are really turning into something I dig. You know, I could see myself owning one in the future. I really could. Anyhow, I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos or one of my amazingly, hysterically funny puns. All right, that's going to do it for today. I hope the rest of your day is fantabulous. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.